Hey everyone, I'm RatherGoHarris, and you'll notice that we have a new marker on our map. The Altera hub mods are a set of mods I was originally not going to use because it felt a little bit disconnected from the base game and a little bit unnecessary. But ultimately I decided to use them for one reason and one reason alone. The Altera hub mods include a jukebox. And yeah, that's the full extent of my reasoning for installing this. As you can see, there's a lot of other stuff. There are refrigerators, there are med bays. There's this massive system of selling gold to get Altera credit to buy blueprints for these things. Because you'll notice that the way you get them is just by using a kit which you get from a device you're going to learn to make at that facility. And we actually can go down far enough into the crags to get that facility done. And that might be our goal for the end of the episode, but our current goal is very much still to finish off these areas in the top left section of the tutorial zones. So first things first, we're going to turn around, head to this wreck southeast of us, and then the wreck south of that. And we're going to knock those two out. Seeing as they're in Kelp Forest, they should be pretty small. I don't remember a single large wreck in these biomes. In fact, I think they're so small that I may have already passed them because they were pretty close to me. Hard south of me. It is around... Oh, it's here! Just looking too far down. And I'd be shocked if there's anything in here we need, but there's always a chance of it being an early data pad for something that's otherwise late in the game. Here we go. Oh, and my mic should sound a decent bit better. I noticed while editing that I seem to be trailing off a little bit sometimes. And the issue with that is that my mic has gotten turned around a little bit. That's not going to be anything, is it? I was thinking it would be audio, but yeah, it's nothing. Wait, what? Oh, I don't have a floodlight yet? I could have sworn I had this. Must have something very similar. Well, that's kind of it for the wreck, it seems. I don't know if this is just the way my body is uniquely terrible or if this happens to everyone. I just sneezed and it pulled like all the muscles in my underarm and the sides of my biceps. I have no idea what that shit's about. It is incredibly unpleasant. Okay, I'm just gonna push through the weird sort of pain that I'm in right now, continue on like nothing's wrong. I believe, yeah, this is gonna be mobile vehicle bay fragments, but there should be a... Do you call this a wreck? I mean, to be fair, a wreck is a good description of this place, it's kind of terrible. But yeah, there's nothing here that we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut southeast into the safe shallows, then a northeast through all of this fog that I haven't seen yet, to make sure there's no wrecks in there that we're missing. Theoretically, I could gather some resources and head back to base. That wouldn't be completely crazy. And I do need resources to bring back to base at some point, so I may as well. Because the main reason I'm thinking about this, it's night, it's just hard to see anything. My full visibility right now is the headlights of my Seamoth, and that's about it. There is a volcanic vent to my left a little bit. I thought there'd be more than one piece of salvage around here for some reason. Apparently, you're a type of fish I haven't scanned yet. It's gonna be a little hard to do it in the night, so please stay in the headlights. Those are fighters, not interested in them.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm not super concerned about that heat area. I'm not gonna worry about going to it. I could probably pick up a little bit of sandstone there if I felt so inclined. And it looks like I will be getting my full inventory of titanium like I was planning on. We're gonna cut west, not east-west, the complete opposite. It is so easy to be spun around in this game and lose track of which direction I'm facing. Alright, and now we should be going north, I think, to clear out the fog here. Yes. Well, we actually shouldn't be going north, because apparently I'm directly on top of a wreck right now. You could have fooled me. I would guess this is it. We got Seaglide. Probably not going to be much of anything around here, I'm going to be honest with you. This is a pretty pitiful wreck. Yeah, that's nothing. That's absolutely nothing. And now we're gonna head north through all the kelp and the grassy plateaus, clear out these patches of fog of war, make sure we're not missing anything, make the map pretty. said make the map pretty. We're kind of failing right now. We're missing a chunk over here. I believe it's mostly northeast, right? Yeah, but it's a little bit too big. I might do this awful zigzag back and forth. Nothing's in that box, although realistically I'm not sure what could be in that box that I would need anyway. How's my inventory doing? I'm sure it's basically full at this point, right? I can grab 4 more items. Right, I think we're finally able to start clearing it out without doing the awful zigzag. I don't expect much to be over here. This is, I don't know, the very northern edge of the safe areas has always felt sort of useless to me. Theoretically, if I spawned here, I might have very different opinions, but I never have and probably never will, so I don't care about this area very much. It is probably an area where I could go to harvest caves for sandstone pretty efficiently, though. Alright, we've knocked out all of this. I'm considering going straight back to base and then going up and around to finish this off. I think I will. So I'll catch up with you once we're heading northwest from the house. Why are some fish so fast? Look at that little bladderfish go. My base looks a little bit less garbage when you come up to it these days. Feel good about that. So, as always, first we go into the bottom and throw our garbage into lockers. While I'm at the base, I'm gonna do a quick thing for the channel. When I was editing my videos previously, I noticed that when we got this broadcast, I edit my videos at double speed. Take a listen to this at double speed. The way this sounds weird is actually just that they slowed it down and then added a bunch of sound effects to it.
Playing partially translated broadcast.
9 new biological subjects designated. Moot. Hunting, analyzing, sharing subject locations with other agents.
Anyway, I just thought that was neat. Just a weird thing I noticed while editing. Now, originally my plan was to just head northwest and finish our previous goal, but I think a lot of the stuff down here with this marker, which is going to be in the very edge of the crags, I think. It's definitely in the crags somewhere. But I think a lot of the stuff with this is going to involve just like waiting, building things and waiting to let them function. So I think I should do this now and continue my goals after I get started with this, whatever that entails. However, I have noticed when I loaded the save just to check if this was like actually loaded in or if it only worked with new saves, and it does work with my current save. When I came over to see that it did exist, I also learned that bone sharks hit the sea moth kinda hard and it's not very safe. Like, let's see what one slap does just to get a feel for it. We're at 92. Hey dude, hit me, come on. 69, nice. So that would be 31 from full health. We had 8. So a sea moth hits for a little under 1/4 of its health. That's not as bad as I thought it was, but I think the issue is that you can get several of them and they attack much more rapidly than other creatures. Now, we do have to be a little bit careful, because I have no idea if gulper leviathans are in the crags. They easily could be. If I hear any sound where I don't know what it is, you could expect me to freak out very immediately. And this reminds me of a goal I need to start. I need to start collecting eggs and bringing them back to base for an alien containment, which of course means I need to go get an alien containment, and that's going to require some more sequence breaking nonsense. Because we're not even able to go deep enough down to get the alien containment at this point in the game, but that's not going to stop us. First, the Altera fabrication facility. We're going to need to get this. And it is at 320 meters deep, but we can just park above it in the sea moth and swim down. It's not a problem. The main concern I have is sand sharks, or bone sharks rather, doing that. Okay, are you guys gonna bite that if I'm not near it? Because there's just like a fucking lot of sharks, man. Okay, it appears to be at full health and they don't appear to be biting it very much. In fact, they seem relatively disinterested, so we should be safe. Is this a door? No. I know I saw an entrance coming over, but I've gotten a bit disoriented. I'm just swimming around, taking a look at all the sides. Apparently I have a friend right behind me, I'm sure it's fine. This is an entrance. It is not. If you guys could just not... You know, I really should have brought the first aid kit with me, considering I knew it was going to be like this.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now, we swam from my house. I can't see anything over there. And while swimming over, we saw an entrance, which means it's on this side. There, that's what I saw. I'm not actually sure you can get in here. Where's the intended entrance? Is it this? This definitely does not feel like an intended entrance. Oh, there's a pipe over here. I don't have as much time as I would like, if that's where the entrance is. But that's okay. Come over here and aim my flashlight straight down. Make sure that my sea moth is not attracting any undue attention before I leave. Ignore the incredibly dangerous looking shadows, it's fine. Just get in. Now, struggling a bit here. There, I was getting stuck on the ladder trying to go up the pipe. Have I gotten turned around? Am I going back out? Oh, I'm gonna die in here. Yeah, so that's like 30 seconds just for me to go in and out that. Alright. Need to be better at navigating this sort of cramped pipe, I guess. I feel like this is not the entrance you're supposed to be using. I'm just failing to get in the normal entrance, but oh well. Maybe this is correct. Yeah, this is the path we need to go on. What's going on? Why can't I turn my mouse in the direction of this? I think I got turned around again. How is it this hard? What's going on? Yeah, we want to go in here. And here. Around this corner. There. Can I get a door open to the outside somewhere? Right. Let's fix this. So I don't know exactly what you do in here. I know there's a lot of stuff to repair and a lot of keys you need to grab. But, I'm not entirely sure what all you need to do. Locked door, I need to do something out of that security. Right now, I'm just moving around looking for a way to open a door to the outside so this is less terrifying. Because like as it stands, I feel like I'm about to drown immediately. I think at this point, if I don't find a door like stat, like right now...
Electrical boxes in need of repair.
Alright, this is an exit, I guess. I hope. If it's not an exit, I've just drowned myself and we'll be super sea gliding back. Well, we're gonna be super sea gliding back, folks. Oh, right, you need to put 5 power cells into this bitch to turn it on. We're not doing this yet. Let's see if I can't somehow get out of here alive. It's gonna require me to find the vent I came in through, which is not happening. We are 100% gonna be super sea gliding back.
30 seconds.
Look, I like the idea of being alive, but it's not really something in my control at the minute. Oh wait, are we doing it? I don't think we're doing it. We got him disoriented again. Yeah, I'm super dead. We're not surviving this. Also, that actually went into a different part of the ship. I believe this is the security room, actually. It needs power to do anything in here. Yeah, I feel like I just killed myself silly. I'll see you guys back at the base. I'm gonna super sea glide over, get my sea moth, and bring it back. 100%, I need power cells to turn this back on, 5 of them. And more importantly, doing this without the highest level of oxygen tank or a second oxygen tank just isn't happening. I probably should bring something like a flare just to drop at the entrance pipe so I don't get confused on my way out the second time. Alright, we're a little bit fast now. I'm very glad I built this super sea glide tube. Because, like, no, we don't need it. Yes, it is a glitch, but it's very fun, very satisfying, and it fixes the problem of being, like, just incredibly tedious to do certain things. Honestly, I might be using this to do the rest of my exploration because it is so fast. And you can get your air back without going above water, it's just a little bit finicky. You have to be right below the surface. Man, this feels terrifying. If I didn't have a clear marker to where I was going, I would be losing my shit right now. But I know I've done this before with more visibility during the day. Please no bone sharks. I guess I should be trying to scan one, but, you know, maybe later. My sea moth appears to be mostly dead. It's fine, we just need to dodge the bone sharks. How hard could it be? It's not like there are millions of them or anything. My hope is that as I rise to the surface, I'll be relatively safe, and there won't be bone sharks up here, which it seems like it's been true so far. I'm afraid to stop, though, because I don't know how long bone sharks would chase you or how fast they are. The Grand Glider with the poison freaked me out a bit. There are definitely high up bone sharks. There's one right there. It's just not very common. So yeah, I'm afraid to stop. I'll just go back to my base. That'll be the safest plan. Look over there on the right. That's terrifying. That is my life pod, loading in from a mile away. But because of like the ambient water around it looking strange, like what the fuck am I looking at? Is that the eye of some massive creature? Even though I know that is not a mod I've got installed, and it sure as hell isn't base game. My brain is still just desperately trying to figure out what that is and coming up with patterns. Alright, so I think the play is head north, hit these two wrecks, and clear out this last section of the opening areas. In the future, as we get more power cells and more batteries, we'll consider doing the Altera hub, but for now, 5 power cells is well outside of the range of what we're able to make easily. Honestly, we probably could do it. We would just use most of our batteries on it. And on the way, I'm going to be gathering stuff as I always am. I just need millions of things. I'm never going to have too much. I'm always going to want more copper, more titanium, more silver. Now, there should be a wreck out here somewhere. I'm heading northwest more than north. So I might have veered off pretty substantially. And I'm just going to double check my map at this point. Nope, here it is. We've got not a lot to speak of on the outside. Where is our entrance? There we go. Alright, that took a little bit longer than it should have because I had to stop and stab. Diters will just like constantly throw out that. Great, more doors. Apparently this door is just as well sealed as a laser cutter door. Alright, what's in our data box? Something I already had. That's kind of to be expected. It's not a problem, though. I've already got battery chargers. What would I really be looking for? Power cells, probably. Alright, this laser cutter's just mean. There's literally no way to get this laser cutter that's not obviously redundant. Okay, let's get out of here.
Oxygen.
Now, I believe the next wreck is just further north, right? No, I'm completely wrong. It's northwest. In fact, it's... Guys, are you serious? Please stop. Alright, where is our next wreck? Is it this pile of garbage? Yeah, it is. I believe I've already done this and just didn't mark it off at the time. I'm pretty sure I've got vending machines. Yeah. So let's pick up some titanium scrap over here. I'm gonna need it to expand the base eventually. I don't know how many multi-purpose rooms I'm gonna have at the end of this, but it's gonna be a lot. The lead, on the other hand, is probably just completely useless to me. Now, with this done, it's just the fog of war left. I'm trying to decide how I want to do this. I think I'm gonna go biome by biome, skirt the edges, collect resources as I go. I can't really say no to this stuff. If I knew it was titanium and gold, I'd have said no, probably. Gold's actually got value to me. Gold's a lot more valuable with the Altera hub stuff because the system they have for gaining Altera credits involves, like, sending resources to Altera. I don't know what that means, per se, because if we could send resources, we should send ourselves. But, whatever our method of sending resources to Altera is, the more valuable the resource, the more credits we get to buy things with. And that means gold, which is normally just hugely wasteful and not really needed, will have a purpose again. Which is to fund a jukebox, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's not a very important purpose. but it is a purpose all the same. And over here, here's life pod 17, may as well do it. Grab the resources along the way. I don't know specifically which jelly shroom cave entrance is the one directly above the Degassi. I guess it doesn't really matter either.
Integrating new.
Ozzy's log. It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the phase gate. Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. My cafe. I don't understand how we're here now. I don't know why no one's coming for me.
Why are you like this, Sand Shark? I don't know what he's doing. It's very scary, but I don't know if he's actually being aggressive towards me or if I'm just naturally terrified of him. Let's go. He's scanned, I don't need to worry about it anymore, let's just leave. So, we have done the life pod, we've done the wreck. Time to continue circling around on this corner over here, and there's the big wreck in the grassy plateaus I was thinking of earlier. This one's going to take us a while, I think. First, though, we should always keep this thing topped up. Pretty much every time I've ever lost a vehicle, I immediately thought, well, shit, that's my fault. Oh, my inventory's full already. I guess we should put this back in the box. I did not realize how quickly I got a full inventory this time. Ow! Look, dude. You die in one swing. Why are you so courageous? No, I know you're coming back for a second bite later. Alright, let's see if this attracts any other biters. They'll just immediately come for the corpse if they're nearby. Looks like he was the only one. Alright, I can admit when I've been outplayed. That'll teach me to make assumptions about your motives, biters. Let's just stop messing with the various flora and fauna, get our supplies, and get out. I don't think there's anything around on the outside. I'm pretty sure that what you see on the floor of biomes is very consistent from biome to biome. Or rather, within a biome, it's very consistent. Wait, have I actually finished my scanner room? If I haven't, then this is very helpful. No, I have. And I think I've already finished everything you'll ever see on the floor of the grassy plateau. So I think there's actually no chance of me seeing anything I care about here. That was a scanner room. There's a good bit of wreckage here. Some extra scans for titanium if I need it in the future. But yeah, nothing I really care about is on the outside. But I don't believe this bottom level can actually be entered. I think only the top part is actually an enterable wreck. Once I find the door, I'll move the Seamoth over. That's stupid. Why don't I just find the door in the Seamoth? What am I doing with my life? I was considering ramming him, but at this point he's just far enough away that it's not worth it. That's not a door you can open, or at least I don't think it is. Well, it's kind of an unnecessary door anyway. No, I don't trust you at all. I guess if you're running away, it's not worth my time. So, what do we have in here? Disorientation, for one. So far, nothing. Like, not even nothing in terms of what I've already gotten, just like actually nothing. This is not quite how you're supposed to use that tool. This is weirdly empty. Did I do this and forget about it or something? Doesn't seem like it. I'd have gotten the scanner bays on the outside if I had. What a weirdly empty wreck. That's super weird. Oh, wait, we got a tube going somewhere. A reward for being thorough, we can hope. Yes, maybe. Aw, never mind. Prawn suit fragments are so worthless because at the Aurora, you're guaranteed a full prawn suit. I seem to have gotten some corrupted data. Let's repair this and see if it takes us outside. Game. What's happening? That's clearly repairable. Okay, maybe it's not. I thought I saw repair pop up on my screen, but maybe not. Battery charger. That corrupt information's still going, huh? I don't see a way out here. So yeah, we need to get going now. We need to find out how we got in here and get out immediately. If this is a different pipe, I've just killed myself. That's not the only way. Alright. Where am I? Where did I come in at? It was the stairs. Oh no. Got in turns. Seamoth is nearby. I'm in its lights. There we go. Oh, that was awful. I hate that one. Is there another entrance somewhere that makes me feel less like I'm committing suicide? I felt like there was more in that last room, but I couldn't actually repair that door. It's possible this could be an entrance. It looks like it's gonna be blocked. Yeah, this isn't anything. Whatever. I'm not gonna go all the way back in and risk drowning again for a door that appears to be a little bit buggy and can't be repaired. And I know there are a couple of doors that look like they can be repaired and just can't be. I'm assuming that's one of them for the time being. All in all, a disappointing experience. I thought I'd found a cool side room, I thought it went somewhere, and then the way you went further didn't actually exist. I don't know that I've done this one. Let's check and see. Apparently I have. We want to actually just cut southwest to this edge and then circle around so we can end on a good biome. I guess a good biome is an accurate description of it as opposed to like the dunes. We're going to end on the Kelp Forest, so yes, a much better biome. But what I meant by that is one of the biomes we're currently exploring. And on the way over, we may as well grab everything in this little trench. I'm assuming there's more than one piece of resource in here. Although so far, I'm not looking to be very right on that. It's looking kind of desolate. Caves are always a good sign, though. I am at a full inventory. And also, I'm at a point in the game where I do kind of want to keep getting creature eggs, or start getting creature eggs, rather. So let me drop all of this back off at my base, which for once is not over 1,000 meters away. And we're gonna sequence break ahead a little bit and go get the alien containment. So in the past, I've actually uploaded a video on how to get the alien containment incredibly early. I'm not gonna be doing that. The way you do this is actually doable without any sort of glitches or sequence breaks like what I'm doing now. The first thing I'm doing is I'm gonna go roughly towards this, and I know this is the direction of the floating islands, and then I'm gonna go drop a beacon at the floating island. Because I need to actually be beneath the floating island as my step one. It's how I'm gonna find out where I need to be, where I'm supposed to be going. This is my sort of guiding area. Now, unfortunately, oh shit, has the item just not loaded in yet? Yeah, I might be getting stuck inside if I'm not careful. Okay, this is the little gap between maybe not. There's a certain point on the island I wanted to drop this beacon, but I'm having a hard time finding it. This is it, over here. No, no. I keep seeing that and thinking it's more item, but it's not. Whatever, this is the side my house is on, this is the side the beacon can be on. Okay, so floating island beacon dropped. Now I'm gonna go straight down for a little bit. It's gonna be a bit spooky down here. I just need to get a feeling for where I am. Okay, this is roughly where I thought I'd be. I'm so fast, I can probably do the suicide run from here, and if not, it's not like I'll lose anything for trying, so let's just give it a shot. The world's taking a second to load in because I'm moving faster than the game expects you to. The Nagassi's somewhere around here, I'm not sure exactly where, and it's going to be hard to tell for sure if it hasn't loaded in. I haven't seen any crab squid, so that's a bad start. I've definitely missed it. I've gone too far in the wrong direction. Oh, you know what? It's probably beneath my personal crush depth with the mods installed. I think it's under 500 meters. But that's acceptable. Yeah, it's fine. We'll get crushed a little. It's not a big deal. That's actually the floor. I'm hearing warpers or crab squids. That's always a good start. Wait, is that it over there? No, that's just weird land. It's fine. Wait, here it is. Shit. Drop the beacon before you die. Yeah, so this is actually doable in the base game in a hardcore save without dying. You need to pull your Seamoth down to 300 meters and then sea glide down, scan it, and go straight back up as fast as you can. But it's much, much faster to just super sea glide there and to die. Interestingly, I'm able to spawn in a flooding base for some reason? I shouldn't be able to. That's the Aurora. There we go, Beacon 2. I actually do need to rename that to the Legacy base because I do want to have that base marked in the future. I obviously don't need it marked right now, but I may as well keep it there forever. And dropping the beacon was... I don't know what I just passed that was hot. There must be a vent of some sort right there. Oh, I'm gonna get stuck in walls. I hadn't thought about this. Yep. The ground's just really not loading in that quick. There's a very good chance I accidentally clip out of bounds doing this. I'm just gonna wait for a second, yeah. The game was not ready for this sort of speed. Ah, that's fair. Please no, Crab Squid. No, it's okay. You don't need to murder me. I do need to get inside of here before I get killed, though. Okay, there. I don't know why it took a second for that to load in. I've never seen that before.
A titanium mass somewhere in this area.
I need to scan this before I die. I got alien containment pretty much instantly somehow. There, beacon edited, everything named, I got the alien containment. In this mod, you probably cannot safely do this in hardcore on account of Crab Squid's hitting much harder in the crush depth. But in the base game, you absolutely can do this. I've got a video on exactly how to get that without doing nonsense, glitchy shenanigan bullshit like that. Food and health restored, and the big thing that actually matters, we can drop alien containments now. Cost a shitload of glass. There we go. Was having a hard time snapping into place for some reason. But this is hugely important. We can start collecting eggs now and not feel like we're just wasting our time. And we're gonna go ahead and drop several more multi-purpose rooms attached to this one, at least 2. I'm not sure what's gonna go in them aside from the obvious, aside from extended alien containment, but eventually we'll put something in there. The big thing right now is just getting the alien containment extended, because it's gonna be far, far too small for our ambitions if we don't make it much, much bigger. We need to make a hatch to get inside, I guess. And we need to make a temporary ladder. Ooh, it's a little bit hard to walk around. Can you build this diagonally? Probably not, right? Yeah, you have to put it on an edge. Let's put it on this side then. Just so you aren't absolutely forced to run into it. Now to go up and down, we're gonna need a ladder somewhere. I guess here. And we're gonna get rid of this eventually. Because our way of going up and down is actually be by going in and out of the alien containments. There's the snap for that, and we're gonna start the bottom one too. I don't think I can build both of these. I'll be shocked if I have this much quartz. I'm surprised I could even build 2 of them, to be honest. Do I? Okay, no, I don't. Good. And I'll be back to finish this stuff later. I should throw down a locker next to it, maybe even 2 of them, for holding various things meant to go in here that currently don't have space. What would that even mean? How can I have something I want to put in here that doesn't have space? I'm just dropping everything in there. I do need to make an aquarium at some point. This seems like a great room for aquariums, to be honest. Oh, you can't put them diagonally in the corners. That sucks. I can put it like right here, maybe 2 of them side by side, or back to back rather. Does that actually work? It's a bit of a hassle to move through, so let's not. We'll figure out where to put our aquarium for non-threatening fish sometime in the future. For now, we have the ability to start collecting eggs. So give me a second while I quickly create a list of the eggs that I can actually find right now. Alright, the actual list of eggs we're currently able to acquire is pretty small. I am going to take a brief detour to the crag zone because I know that there are some, what I believe are bone shark eggs just like hanging around right here. It's definitely some sort of egg. Oh, and I've never scanned an egg before, so let's get on that. Oh, shit! The new creatures have eggs! I can't check the wiki for that, I've just got to figure out where they're at. Alright, fair enough. Does that mean I can hatch a twistio? Probably, if I can make grand gliders. Now, there's no real reason to look for eggs at the minute, because instead of doing that, I could just go to the other areas, explore this stuff, I mean, and find the eggs there. So let's head straight north and get to this kelp forest. In the kelp forest, the only egg I'm going to need is a stalker egg, which I may have actually already found in the previous kelp forest. I see you. Yeah. Wait a second. How dare you? I'm not supposed to know what this is. That is in fact a stalker egg though. We're good. I've gotten turned around badly. Where the hell am I? Why am I checking my map? I know I'm supposed to be going north. It's just old habits at this point. What is... Oh, it's weird lighting on a reef back. I just stopped mid-sentence, so I was starting to feel an intense amount of dread at what I was looking at. We're good. What are you? Alright, what is that egg? That's a sand shark egg. Another one down. Is this the grassy plateaus I'm supposed to be in? No, it's not. I'm so easily distracted. Like this. I know which one that is. That's the spade fish egg. I was shocked spade fish had eggs, so you can just pick them up with your hands, but whatever. Alright, I'm not sure... Yeah, there's no eggs left in this area that I care about, although there could be twist eel eggs. Although I'd expect them to be in a different zone, because I honestly haven't seen that many twist eels in the kelp forest. So they're probably going to be living somewhere else. I've seen a lot more of them near the floating islands than I have in kelp forest. It feels like there's just a couple in kelp forest to make it a little bit more stressful early game. Not like their main habitat or anything. Alright, so what's next? How much of this do I need to explore? The entire biome. I've seen none of this. Cool. So we're zigzagging left and right, northwest, northeast across this kelp forest, looking around for resources as we go. Apparently about a radio message. Damn shame that I can't play that from here. We're going to be pinging our map up constantly like this to make sure we're not doing what I just did and missing bits of fog of war behind me that will forever taint the map, because we're not going to clear them now, or later rather, we're only going to clear them now. In the future, if I notice that, it's just going to be there forever and we're never fixing it. Something about this kelp forest has me very uneasy, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just generally very uneasy right now, on account of having been briefly startled by a reefback. Like, that doesn't seem like I'm in a particularly clear state of mind, does it? Okay, let's take a look at our map, see how much of this we actually explored just now. As always, not as much as I thought I did. Like, I know the answer before I even checked the map. There's huge amounts left. We barely moved. Anytime I'm stressed out, I feel like I'm doing so much, and then I look at the map, and I'm like, oh, you barely moved. You haven't done anything. Why are you stressed out if you're not doing anything? And honestly, that's probably just a good summary of being stressed out in general. I don't even know if it's nighttime or if the kelp forest is just this dark. I think this is just the kelp forest. I don't even think it's night. Yeah, no, there'd be no visibility at night. We want to cut hard to the east to go to this edge of the safe shallows. I don't know that I've ever grabbed or scanned that little fish. I have not. Have I scanned this stuff? I have not scanned this creepvine clusters, which, as you can tell by what's highlighting, is a little bit weird in terms of its hitbox. Alright, we're finally almost through with this kelp forest. Cutting out to the safe shallows now, so we're at the edge. We want to turn and not actually leave. It's feeling pretty empty, to be honest. I guess it makes sense. I'm on the outside of the kelp forest, so it's just a lot less dense. And we're going to be circling through and finishing up now. Or we could, but we're not going to, because we're obviously just looking for copper instead. And I guess I'll use the first aid kit I'm carrying at this point. I probably should be carrying at least like one piece of food and water with me so I can passively regen out in the field. But at the same time, like if I'm talking about optimizing my inventory, I should probably be carrying a second oxygen tank and more than one first aid kit. Like, there's a lot wrong with what I'm doing. Although the second oxygen kit will be very, very rarely necessary, I do think most of the time it would just cost me gathering and make my trips shorter. Apparently there's like a weird little bit of safe shallows here that I forgot about to the southwest. This Kelp Forest just doesn't want to end. Just keeps on twisting through the other biomes. Let's head straight down for a bit, go as deep as we can and see if we can't find some sandstone down here. I imagine there's something. Well, there's sandstone, at the very least. I think I just accidentally stole a fish. Yeah, it's actually great down here. Yeah, limestone isn't always bad. A lot of the time it's copper, which is the rarest, most important resource, I feel like. Unlike lead. Lead is useless. I don't know why I'd want lead. I'm sure it has a real use that I'm forgetting, but never enough for the amount of lead that I'm going to have. Okay, it looks like we're mostly done here. I'm glad there aren't biter eggs. I don't want to hatch one. Okay, let's head back up. Really? That distance is 100 meters. That's nothing. The map is... I just didn't have an appreciation for how large the scale of the map was until just now. Oh, my inventory is full. Drop a piece of lead. You've been talking enough shit, it's obvious where my heart is on that one. And I think I should have open boxes so I can put this in and keep going. Yes. Those creature eggs take up some space, though. We should just be able to rise vertically, I hope. I don't feel like I can keep rising vertically. Ah, almost. Alright, so we're gonna cut left through all this. And yeah, this biome just doesn't want to end. It might go all the way to the edge until we get to, like, the dunes. I hope it doesn't. I don't want to go to the dunes right now, but we're probably going to the dunes. It explains why I keep leaving big splotches behind me. The map scale, I mean. I keep leaving big splotches and messing up because I don't realize just how big these biomes are. I'm like, oh yeah, they're tangled into each other, they're in narrow strips, and like, that is true, relatively speaking. But no, they're massive. Alright, this looks like it's gonna be the end of it. Mushroom forest over here. But it's still trailing out a little ways here. Guys, please, just let your biome end. That is a lot of ladderfish. If I needed water at this point in the game, I would have killed you all. Wow. I'm getting uncomfortable. I would like this biome to end, please. Are you actually taking me to the dunes? I guess so. That's a bit rude, isn't it? Yeah. Uh-huh. That's the dunes. I'm good not being over there. Just back away into very clear water and check my map. Technically, I'm still in the dunes. And it sounds like they're getting closer. I'm gonna just full speed the other direction real quick. We're gonna scan this area. There's a tiny, tiny bit of safe shallows between that kelp forest and this grassy plateau. Let's just knock that out real quick. I need a gasopod egg. Well, needs the wrong word. I feel like I wouldn't be completing the game without one and all these gasopods around. Justifiably led me to believe there'd be gasopod eggs nearby. We do a quick double check that is a gasopod egg. Alright, all that's left then is I need to get a crash fish and I need to get a, what is it called? A rabbit rat. How's my inventory doing? We can do that. But to do that, we'll need to find a cave for the crash fish. Just gonna get out of my sea moth. This is stupid. This is exactly the sort of area I'd expect to find crash fish eggs in, and I've never scanned a shuttle bug. Alright, fair enough. May as well check for copper. Very nice. Yeah, I've got enough inventory space. I'm being silly and he's behind me somewhere, so hopefully his eggs are also behind me. Well, there's an egg right here, so I don't care anymore. Now to find a rabbit ray egg, which is what exactly? It looks surprisingly similar to the stalker egg. Sort of spherical and yellow. Now, how are we doing on this biome? There's a splotch to the southeast that we need to go check out. Let's look for rabbit ray eggs there. I'm kind of guessing they're gonna be just like carelessly tossed on the surface. Nothing bad happened, we're fine. Now, I think the area was to our southeast, but I may have lost my sense of direction there. Just got tossed around a little bit. I thought that peeper was an egg for a second, and I was very happy. Does it not have power? Is that the issue? Yes. Let's empty out our habitat builder instead, then. Never underestimate my ability to fumble with batteries. That twisty fiasco from a few episodes ago still haunts me. Alright, are there any eggs just laying about, carelessly tossed around? Apparently not. I could have sworn that's how jelly rays, or rabbit rays rather, did it. This is the wrong biome, it's definitely not going to be over there. I'll just have to check a different part of the Seychelles, I guess. Wait, is this a coral tube? Holy shit, like it makes sense there are more coral tubes, but I didn't know that. I've literally never seen this coral tube before. Shows how much I go to the northern areas of the tutorials, right? So much copper around here that I'm just not going to be able to get. I'm really surprised. Wait. There he is. Just like accidentally tripped over it on my way to give up. Alright, fair enough. Alright. There's one area above us, one area to our left. Let's head down to our base. We're going to circle around and finish this. Alright, we're going to drop off all our eggs in the alien containment. There's not going to be any issues. Crash fish won't explode. Predators won't eat herbivores. It's going to be fine. As you can see, this time I'm using the Super Sea Glide. It's because the biome we're doing is right here next to the dunes. Next to the dunes is not part of my reasoning. I didn't realize that when I did this. It's just because it's close to us, and I also want to grab a lot of quartz. Like, I know what I need. I need huge amounts of glass. I know that's in the biome next to me. I can very quickly get a full inventory, and along the way, scout out whatever's left. I don't believe there are any wrecks actually on this side. What was that egg? Oh, it's the Spade Fish Egg again, huh? Yeah. Oh, if you're wondering why I keep clipping through the ground a little bit, I'm walking and swimming at the same time, right? I have the walking hitbox. So instead of having my collision detection be where it should be, it's a couple feet beneath me where my feet would be if I were walking. Super Sea Glide's a lot more tolerable when the game's actually managing to keep up with you and you haven't just gotten far, far ahead of the loads. That was a bit of a mess. Now we need to go hard west to get to the edge, and we'll pick up quartz along the way. My oxygen's at 54. I'm gonna hover to the surface. I'm not gonna break the surface of the water though. So it's gonna get right beneath it. 1 meter. There we go, 0 meters. But I'm still underwater, so Super Sea Glide doesn't break. We're gonna continue on our goal, heading west, looking for quartz. Not actually seeing that much, surprisingly. We should be pretty close to the dunes based on this harsh drop-off that we're at, yeah. I don't feel any need to go further than this. Assuming that the dunes is, yeah, very clearly showing up on the map. Yeah, Spooksville, buddy. I'm currently glitched out and immune to you. Oh, shit. All right, let's test that theory. I don't need to test that theory. I know. I'm safe. For a given definition of safe. I could be doing this without the glitch. It just would be a lot harder. I'd have to be juking him at his face instead of simply outrunning him. Wasn't expecting to actually aggro one of them. But yeah, fair enough. Huge aggro ranges on the border of the dunes. Checks out. Is this a wreck I've done? Yeah, it is. So next we want to go north to the last area of grassy plateaus, and then we'll be done. God, you're just so fast with this. It's absolutely ridiculous. Ah, shit, I came over the surface. Well, now I'm reasonably fast. Let's head back to base, I guess, and grab quartz along the way, because now I've just crippled myself for no reason. I've got to be super careful when going to the surface, otherwise I'll do that and just waste a lot of time. And while I work on my base, we can listen to this radio.
This is Lifepod 4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're gonna last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Over here, we're going to drop another hatch on this side. We're getting rid of all these ladders. Ladders are just a hassle. If we want to move from one floor to another on this area, the only way we're doing it is by going into and out of the aquarium. I'm not sure what we're putting in those other floors, but it'll be something eventually. I still don't know where to put the aquarium. I guess I should plan out where I'm going to be putting my moon pools. The answer is just going to be sprawled off of this, right? No, because I want to turn this into a T-junction, I think, is the issue. And then I can put moon pools extended out to either side. But if I do that, then we're out of room, and that's essentially the end of it. Unless we want to run past the next area, which is fine, but I need to figure out where I'm putting things. So I still need more room than this. I'm going to need a lot more room than this, actually. I don't think this is going to stay my bedroom. I think this is going to become more serious and production-oriented, and a bedroom is going to have to be built somewhere else. And I think that the solution is to branch off hard in this direction and split off again. Moon pool over here, and then this allows me room to build more stuff here. Whoops. So eventually, there's gonna be a moon pool here, a moon pool over there. And then there's gonna be like living quarters here, and more stuff over here relating to production. Why can't this be built? It's the sea moth in the way, I think. Ow. Even in complete safety, it finds a way to kill me. No. Oh, it's auto-connecting to the other room, and it's not allowed to do that because of the planters. I see. So we literally just have to extend this out even further. And the same's going to be true on the other side of the moon pool, probably, but that's a question for another day. Yeah. So this is just a much longer hallway than intended. It's fine. We have plenty of strength left. We've made lots of support brackets that we didn't really need. Yes, and now we can make what's going to eventually be a bedroom, or at least a leisure area over here. And there's no reason not to have a hole going directly to it. Can I put this on the bottom of these? No, that's only on tubes. Do I want to have an entrance over here? Yes, but not like that. Just like this is fine. And for now, I'm just going to throw down some aquariums in here to put basic fish in, because I need to start collecting all the fish. This wouldn't be the room for that. I know I'm going to have to move all those aquariums later if I do this. The room for that's going to be on the other side. Grumble, grumble. Alright, there we go. Eventually we'll fill these with fish, but that's for another time. Let's get back to our real objective. I guess surviving is good. We should probably eat, drink, and heal ourselves. But after that, scouting the last area. Because this video's been going on a bit too long and we need to wrap up our goals. It's starting to look like a real base, though. I mean, that's a bit weird. I'm not going to pretend that this part isn't very strange, but I would like to keep it as an homage to what the base used to be, even though it was objectively weird and hideous compared to how the rest of this is built. Anyway, on with the show. Let's go scout out the last bit of this biome. Alright, we're finally on the very last section of the starter biomes, the most northwest of the grassy plateaus. Let's take a look, let's see if there's anything to be gathered here. I'm gonna be collecting smaller fish as I go. I've already got a good pile of them to fill these new aquariums with. You just can't trust sand sharks, man. Spade fish, that goes in. Sorry, you got a new life. I'm pretty sure it's safer and more luxurious for you, but you might hate it. I don't really have any idea how fishy you would prefer to be treated. I'm going entirely off guesswork. Pretty sure I see Reginalds over here that need to be brought in. Yeah, we're getting the real valuable resources now. Pointless aesthetics. We're gonna swing north and circle around like that. Apparently there's a wreck here to explore. Not really much of one, but we'll give it a shot. Woo, lead. It's the world's most valuable resource. I may as well grab some titanium. I know that I'm not getting my inventory too full this trip. What is this? No, it's nothing, it's just debris. This whole place seems like nothing, just debris. Like, what is this? Weird. I actually see nothing here. Like, there's nothing I want. I see literally nothing here. That was a weird one. It's not even marked as a wreck. Fair enough, you're right. Okay, so what's marked as a wreck is actually something that has guaranteed spawns of shit that a player would want. Not necessarily just something that is a fallen ship. Because between that and the one next to the Aurora that was just a couple of guaranteed spawns for Cyclops parts, or not guaranteed, but like incredibly likely. And that one was nothing, even though it was very clearly a wreck on par with some of the other things marked as wrecks. So seeing that icon doesn't necessarily mean wreck, it means stuff you care about. Which is slightly confusing, because those are usually the same thing, but not always. God, you just forget how big bone sharks are, don't you? They never feel that big, and then occasionally you look at them and you're like, wait a second, they're huge. That is a very cool wreck that I would like to do now, but the video is already over long. We need to grab a hoop fish for our new aquariums before they get killed by the biters. And an axe tail. Yes. Okay. I was a little bit worried about that. I wasn't quite sure if I was doing the dodge right. The dodge being when you hold back to shoot backwards on your sea moth and avoid getting run over. I've just been doing it very poorly lately. Oh wait, it was marked as a wreck. Let me double check that's not the same thing. Because I'm pretty sure I checked my map and it wasn't there, but I might have just been directly on top of it. Or it might have been this. Yeah, it's this. So this is a wreck that I absolutely didn't see. Just like went around it completely. Weird that the door is open, but this is New Fog of War, so it can't have been me in the past. We've got disinfected water. Holy shit, we're rich. Boys will never want for anything again. Just open the next door. If I had bad oxygen tanks, this would be a real hassle, but hi, biter. I see that you want to be dead. I'm sorry, but I'm no Grim Reaper. I'm having a real hard time obliging you here. Yeah, you just go on living, man, sorry. Man, there's a lot of doors in here, aren't there? So far, we've opened 3 doors and seen nothing. Hey, they all hatched. We've got Grand Glider, Spadefish, Rabbit Wary, and Crashfish. The Stalker appears to be taking his time. Now, in here we have, nothing? What is this wreck? Oh, we have a Repulsion Cannon. That's something, at least. I don't think I've gotten one of these before. I think I looked at it, laughed, and walked past it without scanning it. Which is an appropriate reaction, but maybe scan it for completion's sake.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Now we head almost directly south, but a little bit southwest. Oh, there's a scanner room on the outside. There's something there. I think I've gotten most of the early game fish. Let me take a good look. Those biters deserved it. I've got peepers, garyfish, boomerangs, gliders, or hoverfish rather, bladderfish, Reginald, spadefish, hoopfish. Am I all right? What is happening out there? Guys, Jesus, I'm trying to count my fish. That was a tiger plant, I think. So I think that's like all the early game fish. I don't see anything sticking out that's obviously missing. And then we have new fish, we have axe tails and triangle fish and emerald clown pinchers. I don't think I've seen any other small new fish than this either, so I think that's everything. And also, I think that's the end of this episode. Let me check if I can scan those plants. Those look a little bit new to me. Apparently I can't. But I do need to fill my inventory with mushrooms, because we need to make a shitload of batteries if we're going to be activating that Altera hub thing in the next episode, which is a big goal of mine. Sea moth? Oh, it's right there. Its lights are off. That scared the shit out of me. The good news is I can at least power it back up with empty power cells, probably. I don't know if that actually works. I'm pretty sure it will. But, yeah, hopefully we can use empty power cells for that. We're still going to be using a lot of full winds, though. There's a lot of batteries to be made to unlock that mod. Regardless, for now, I'm done. I've been rather incoherent. I hope you're enjoying Subnautica. I'm really having a good time being back in the water. I really enjoy this game. It's very chill. At least this part's very chill. We're about to start getting into the stressful stuff as we move out of the quote-unquote safe biomes. But I've been having a really good time. I hope you have too. If you have, then consider liking, subscribing. All that stuff really helps the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one.